Good morning, everyone. This is Jennifer Sanchez. We are live with the Wise Morning Coffee Chat Show. And today I am honored and excited. We already have some people saying good morning. So we have Shorty saying good morning. Good morning, Shorty. How are you, Vargas? And she also said, have a great day and thank you. So we are on live with our guest, Yana. And I know that she has a lot of information for everyone
Mhm.
today. So let's go into introductions. So, who am I? I'm Jennifer Sanchez. I'm the founder of the Women's Institute of Self Development and Efficacy, WISE for short. And this show is all about inspiration, conversation, motivation. And we're going to have important conversation today about what's going on in the world, right? And I like to showcase amazing women that are doing something in the community, that are doing something that's inspirational. So that's who I am. Yana, can you introduce yourself to the viewers?
Good morning, guys. My name is Yana German, and I am transformation coach. I help men and women find the integrity and understand who they are and find their life code so they can be true to themselves, so they can help themselves and others in all areas of their life.
Yes, Yana. And Yana, me and Yana have actually worked together. We met about a year ago.
Wow, yeah.
What has it been a year already? We
It's been a
met.
year. Yes.
Yeah, we connected. She helped me with some projects with my community. So we've connected. She's amazing. She has a great spirit, great personality. Love what she does. So that's who we are. If you guys are watching, you know this is an interactive show. Feel free to comment, say hello, let us know. Who you are. We have Yamilet with us. She said, hello, ladies. Hey, Yamilet, how are you? And then, of course, let's go into our favorite part of the show is coffee time. So
Mhm.
before we get into any conversation, we just want to know, what are you drinking, right? This
All
is
right.
the
So
whole
I know I had to do this for myself in the morning since I've been up. Can you guys see it? I don't know. There you
that's
go. It's
cute.
on
Yeah.
to make myself happy. It's not a coffee because I've been talking so much, I've been losing my voice. So I actually do hot water with half a lemon. And that's my morning routine before I do anything, no matter what the urgency. That's my first thing to do.
That's the first thing. And does that give you energy, Yana? Because I know
You
you
know
need
what?
energy right now.
You know what? I just love it. It neutralizes the body. It helps with acidity. It's just amazing. And to me, it really, because of the flavors, some people don't like the lemon, but the hot water just makes it, again, maybe I could be used, or my taste buds are super used to it, but I feel it cleansing. That's what I feel. That's what
And
we
let's
all
see.
need.
I love it. See, that's why I always ask, what are people drinking this
Yeah, because
morning
you
when we
never
have
know. You can learn.
conversation? Yeah, we learned
Absolutely.
something about you. Um, so we have, I have McDonald's coffee made at home with hazelnut creamer.
Ooh,
Nice,
love
Jamala. I
hazelnut.
love it. Yeah, me too. And she put, I love your mug, Yana. I love that.
Right? Isn't this
It's,
I don't know where am I? Here you go.
yeah,
Isn't this
there you
perfect right
are.
now? Right now. Come on.
Yes, yes, it's cute. I love it. And you know what? Yeah, I can see why you need all the encouragement right now, right? Um,
Everything.
Miss Vargas here said, I love the happy face. I drink tea every morning, Herbalife tea instead of coffee, my everyday
There
tea.
you go. That's
Nice.
right.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. I love that. I love tea. I know I do. I love tea too. I got my coffee. I have my
Ooh,
create
that's cool.
a
That's
life you
pretty.
love.
Love the
Thank you.
colors. Yeah, the
Hazelnut
mug is
also.
important, Jen. Mug is important. People think it's not. I have like obsession with mugs, and I think I do. And every morning, depending how I feel and what I need, I will choose that mug accordingly.
I love
So
that.
I don't have a
I
favorite. I have like all favorites.
Me too. I do have different mugs too, and I try
Yeah.
to add to my collection. So I do like that. So, well, let's go into conversation. So, for those that are
Yeah.
watching, thank you. Keep engaging with us because we have some important information. So, Yana, I know this is you've been busy the last week, and for
The
those that are
last
watching,
9 days to be exact.
the last 9 days.
Nine
So,
days. Yeah, it's good that I have calendar right underneath because I would not know when Monday, what Tuesday. I wouldn't know the days. anymore.
Wow. So of course, and for everyone watching, this is not going to be political at all
No,
whatsoever. We don't
right.
get into politics, but we
Mm-mm.
do want to make sure we educate and address what's
Absolutely.
going on, right? So Yana, can you share with us what's going on if people don't know what's going on right now in the world?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously there are two countries. There's Russia, well, there's Eastern Europe. There's Russia, Belarus, and Ukraine. So three countries. It used to be all part of former Soviet Union. So that's what a lot of people say. Then it's separated. But Russia always wanted to have a part of Ukraine as its own. And Ukrainians say, it's our land. We want to have our land, and this is our land. This is our home. It's our language we speak. So, as far as the language, a lot of people say, "What Russian language?" We all can speak Russian. All people in the Eastern Europe, okay, except the Poland, obviously, we all can speak Russian. But because of the countries, say Belarus, it has its own language, right? So it's adapted from the Russian. And then in Ukraine, it has its own language. So people and children, like my husband, for instance, when I married him, he wouldn't speak Russian. He had a very thick accent in Russian. Yeah, in Russian. So we had to learn, and I didn't speak Ukrainian. So I had to learn how to speak Ukrainian. But so the intensity, and again, I don't want to go too much into politics because I can, I don't want to point my views. We want to stay as solid with what we're trying to do, but the intensity between Russia and Ukraine has been happening for years and years and years and years. It gotten almost messy in 2014. And I don't know if you guys remember on the news and such. Well, but it didn't get to the massacre. And I literally say the word massacre, what is happening 9 days ago. So it started on the 24th um, of March, of February, and it has not end, and no one knows if it's gonna end and where and how it's gonna end. So this is where we are in a full speed. So they're Russian troops, soldiers, and when I'm saying to you soldiers, they're young men, 17, 18 years old, who have no clue why they're even being drafted to serve, and so many people are dying, and I'm talking about Russian young guys are dying, and it's getting so intense that the media in Russia banning banning the TV access. So let's say if I'm a mom and my child is a boy, 17-year-old drafted, I will not be able to know what is going on.
Wow.
I'll have no access, no access. And if I want to go and protest against no war, which you guys probably been seeing on the news, right? No war, no, you see 100,000 people gathering and just flat, no war, no war, no war. If I will go and protest at this moment, I am going to be served 15 years of imprisonment by Russia. 15 years. And I have a lot of friends who are relatives and parents are in Russia, and they don't want a war. They don't want war. No one wants war. Look at what century we are in. This is not a place for war like that. Nobody wants it. This is not a World War II. Our generation. My mom was born after the war. My grandma was in the war. I mean, nobody wants a World War III. And so I've had women who would actually tell me they were beaten up if they would protest, and some were locked up. So we're talking about, and this is not what people see here. This is not what people know of. This is not what people are aware, because most of the people that I talk to that are not Ukrainian, Belarusian, or Russian, or even Polish, they're like, yeah, there's a war, but what is it? We don't see to the degree what really is going on, especially if we're talking to people. And so we have full access to communication to people that are in the war, and we're talking to hospitals. We're talking like literally, before I got in, I have a guy, he's like, our troops need help. They don't have necessity. They don't have bags. They don't have this. They don't have this. They don't have this, and I'm a volunteer. I'm a territorial defense. I'm not even serving in the army. So we are at the time that is sad because nobody understands why it's happened. And why so violently? Well, I mean, we understand why it's happened because of the power. And this is what we say: no man except God should have that power to say whose land it is or not. No man,
Mm-hmm.
no man. And again, I am not going to speak against the leader of Russia. I'm not going to say his name. I don't like to say even his name. I'm not going to say good or bad. All I'm saying, my position and my husband's position, no man should ever have authority to choose who is right or wrong and to choose the lives and death of the people that are dying, and children and women
Yeah.
of both
Wow.
country, of all country. And it is ironic. I wasn't born in Ukraine. I was not. I was born in Belarus. And now Belarus is allied with Russia.
Oh, wow.
So when I've been, I'm not going to say like I've been intensely attacked by people, but I've had my share of attack. Like, how are you Russians feel, or Belarusian feel right now being an ally with so and so? And you know what? Listen, we are all humans. In Russia,
Mhm.
there are humans who help. In Belarus, there's humans. We all have a common language. We're all brother and we're all sisters. That is
Mm.
why this war is so painful to all of us.
Yeah, and educate me in this area. If, from my understanding, there's a lot of people that have family in Ukraine. There's Russians that have family in Ukraine, and this is real painful because now you're going into war, and I can only imagine. And I'm sorry for everything that's happening, Yana. Has to be so devastating for your family. It's
Yeah, we don't
almost
have any,
like,
like, I stopped crying. This is where we are. I stopped crying. Like, I can actually, right now, Jen, at the point where I get images from doctors, like surgery, and I'm not in medicine whatsoever. They're sending me the images that normally I would probably be fainted. And I'm like, okay, I'm fine. It's like you just become so resilient to it. You just, because you know what you got to do. You don't have time for my own emotion, sad or nasty, or you don't have
yeah.
time. So my family, I still have a cousin who's in Belarus. My husband, everyone is in Ukraine, in West Ukraine. Everybody. He's completely alone except us. That's it. So, and I have friends in Moscow. So it is pretty much mess, because what it's doing, they're there, we're here. And what we started noticing in our own community is like the Russian community, we started bickering. I started noticing, Russians, Ukrainians against Russians against Ukrainians, because somebody is for, somebody's pro, somebody against. And you know what? That's what me and Nick, my husband, we choose not to be involved. This is not what we are here. It's not going to help anybody. But I also know, Jen, one of our volunteer who spends hours and hours here, she's a former doctor and now she's interior designer, and she's from Moscow. And when I met her, I said, why are you here? And she was crying. I am here because I feel humbled that I have to be here, because it's my people doing it to your people. So, and she was
Mm,
literally crying when we had a reporter here. So, what I'm
mm.
saying is that it's heartbreaking for everyone. There's not one person who is Eastern European. You will look at them and you'll be like, they're indifferent. There's not one, not one.
Wow. No. So tell me a little bit about what how this all, I obviously your husband, because when you reached out to me, I know it was like, okay, let's start promoting it. Let's start put your fundraiser out. What is the fundraiser gonna do? What have you guys been doing the last 9 days to
Yeah.
support
So
people
I'll
in
be honest
Ukraine?
with you. When we first did this, it was more merely to help his family. I'm going to be very frank.
Of course.
And of course,
Yeah.
and there's a big family. So, and then when we realized that they're somewhat safe, because on the west side of Ukraine, closer to the Poland border, and then we realized that attack has been happening in the center, right? Kiev and all that. We realized, and Kharkov, and we realized that, oh my God, we can't just like help. We got to help those who are undergoing this, or who are wounded, or the women who are having children at 6 7 months now all over the place because of the stress of the adrenaline. So that's kind of grew up. And then we realized that our story is that we just want unity. We just want peace. We just want everyone to live and be happy. We don't want to see brothers and sisters killing each other. We can't see that. Simple as that.
Mhm.
So we do not have, I mean, but you will find a lot of people who are very, very for only Ukraine, and they don't even want to talk about anything else, and they get very angry and
Oh,
hurt and bitter. And that is not our position. We will never, no matter what happens, we are going to remain in a state of acceptance and trust of God. That's it.
yeah, and and Yana, just so you know, my community has been praying for you and your husband's family. In the morning, I know we've presented it in prayer. I know we've done it in the group. So we're constantly praying for
Thank
you
you.
guys
Yeah,
and the
thank you. And
country of Ukraine.
we do appreciate, but I will say to you that we're at the moment, because we cannot keep up of the massacre, what's happening literally every day. My phone is bombarded. We're on 24/7. We have no breaks. And we ask for people, don't just pray, do something, reach out, call out, from donation monetary to supplies. I mean, we're shipping boxes every day. We're packing boxes. My house now looks more like a warehouse.
Wow, I love that, and that's true because faith without works is nothing, right?
You got
So,
to be a doer. You got to be a doer.
amen.
You have to
I
be a doer.
agree.
You can pray, but it's not going to feed the women who have no, I mean, like I said, it's, I can definitely go in details what we hear, what we know, depend, but it's a morning. I also don't want to be like too intense.
Oh, we could take it. We could take it. But so Mary Yee, she's saying good morning. Want to make sure I say good morning to everyone that's jumping on. If you're just jumping on, good morning. Cynthia, good morning. On, I love the baby picture. So for those that are just jumping on and might be like, what's going on, right? We
Yeah.
are talking with Yana German. She is right now raising funds to help the people out in Ukraine. And she
Civilians. That's right.
civilians, yes, and she's sharing with us what's happening over there, educating us, especially because I know a lot of my following is the Black and Brown community, minority women, right? We some of us, honestly, if you're not into the TV, if you're not glued in
Absolutely.
media, you might not even, and like you said, we might not be getting the entire information
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
way, right? We might be
Yeah.
perceiving it totally differently, right?
Yeah.
Um, so what are the supplies that you need? Let's go into that.
So
What it is
let's
that
kind
you're
of,
looking
I
for?
gotta say this because a lot of people would text me and say that, oh, Ukraine is receiving a lot of supplies and this and that. Yes, they are. But here's the difference, depending where it's going, because of the matter where we are right now and how big it is and how intense it is, not everything is going to the places that we know of. So for instance, in West Ukraine, barely any help, barely none.
Really?
Now, even in the central of Ukraine, we have hospitals that I'm literally talking to the doctors, and she's occupying 3 hospitals because there's like not enough staff, and she says there's no supply. So the Red Cross at this moment is not providing medical supplies.
Oh wow.
They're not. And again, I'm not going to go into the reason why and
Oh
whatever,
sure.
but my point is, we looking for yoga mats where people can lay with their children or just sit. Literally, they sleep on the cement, on the dirt. We're looking for sleeping bags, 0 degree. We're looking for thermalwear for men. It has to be medium, large, extra large. For women, medium. But for our focus is for men. We're looking for even the hygiene pads for women. They don't have. We're looking for diapers, for well, I mean, I'm not going to go into the helmets because it's a different department. For first medical aid kit, but the blood stoppers, not just the little wounded here. We're talking about something more intense. We're looking for flashlights, radios, um, for yeah, that's kind of that's I mean the socks. I mean, like I said, I'm getting, as I'm talking to you, I'm getting another list that is completely different. So Jan, literally the lists are being sent. We can't keep up because it's like, the hospital, they need specific medical supplies. And what we're lucky enough, we are partnering with a doctor who has access to wholesales. and we're
Mm,
able to receive a wholesale discount, like a large quantity of medical supplies that is easy to transferable to Ukraine, obviously, because not everything is can be shipped.
mm. And you know what? And this is something, talking to you makes me realize that yes, there are big organizations, because you might see on social media like these are the legit organizations that are raising funds for Ukraine. But then
Exactly.
having this conversation with you makes me realize sometimes those supplies don't even get to the people
No,
that
that's what I want to
need.
say. Like, this is why, obviously, when we get on the news, I can only say limited stuff before
Of
we're going to cut
course.
out. But when I'm talking here, that's what I'm talking to regular people. I'm like, guys, don't assume what you see so and so, like Amazon, like my daughter's like, Mom, but Amazon did this. Or, one of the guy that I know, oh, but Continental Automotive, they delivered. Da, 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 da. My point is, where did it go? Where?
Mm,
What we are doing is that we know directly contact who you are, where you are, what do you need? Because this way we can guarantee that what they need is going to be met. How come those people cannot? I mean, it's like those people, 99% of them don't speak English. So who is communicating to who? Where is it going towards the troops? Are the troops receiving? Because right now we have troops that my friend said on the Kiev, on the red zone. So I don't know if you guys know what is a red corridor and green corridor.
no,
Yeah,
educate us.
it's, do you mind if I talk about it?
Go for it.
Sorry,
Go
it's
for
just
it.
so much stuff, right? So what started happening at first, it was the Russians were not supposed to bomb the civilians, right? That's kind of the thing. They said, this is what we want, but we're going to be peaceful. Well, it only took half a day or one day, and then forget about it. Bombing, major cities are completely destroyed. It doesn't exist anymore. Kiev, capital of Ukraine, doesn't exist. There is no Kiev anymore. So we're talking about hospitals for children, for men, I'm not even talking about diseases. I'm talking about just the central hospital. It's all bombarded. So there they were the source, the outsource for small hospitals around. There is no access now. Or let's say, some supplies came from Germany, or some supplies would come from Switzerland or Denmark, whatever part of the NATO. Now you can't even get to Kiev. And what it's called a red corridor, it's when, let's say, I am driving on the road and there are tanks that and bombs that just kind of shooting at you, and you, that's it. And that's called, the reason it's red, because of blood.
Oh my
So
gosh.
like they just don't want to say bloody corridor, but this is, guys, so you can understand what we're dealing with. So when you're on the red corridor and you got to come from a place from a point A to point B, if you're in the red corridor, you're going to be killed 99%. So
Oh my
that's why
gosh.
what the leader of Russia did, he's trying to cut out the routes of supplies. And you can imagine what it means for people of civilians. That is why if you see me, I'm like every day, I'm like going crazy, right? Because if we don't do something big soon, we don't know where it's all going to go. How many people are going to be left?
Wow. That is
And the green
terrible.
corridor, it's the opposite. And the way it was supposed to be, it was supposed to be the leaders were supposed to agree, saying, okay, you know what, you are not going to touch the route A to C, let's say. This route is going to be untouched by you. So I can get my civilians, men and women, because most 99% of men are serving, just so you understand. So we also
Mm,
don't know how many, like you're talking about next generation, right?
mhm,
If
mhm.
majority of men going to be killed, who's going to be the next generation, or children? So what they're doing right now, they're trying to flee the women and children away from Ukraine. And this is where you hear countries such as Poland open their door, saying, I will take the refugees, I will accept you, I'm going to feed you, I'm going to give you places to sleep. There's 386,000 refugees in 9 days that left. And this
Wow.
is only women and children. There's no men. And so, go ahead. But
No, no, no. I'm
yeah.
just listening.
So the green corridor, this was supposed to be like, hey, shake on it. We're going to agree, right? You are not going to touch my people. You want going after our troops. You want to go after that. That is all right. We're going to do that. But just let our people leave so they're safe, because you said you don't want to attack civilians. And they said, okay. And they called it a green corridor, like you can go. And then what they did on the sides of the road, people driving and they're bombing and with tanks. That's it. It's
Wow.
massacre, Jan. It is massacre. It's not what you see on the news. Like I said, we've been on news. I have reporters, who were in contact and they're trying to support, and they text me, and I tell all of them off the air, guys, it is not what you see. It's 5 times more, if not more, you know.
Yeah.
So it is a massacre.
Wow. So we have some questions here, and feel
Yes,
free to
yes,
ask questions if you
sure.
have any. Don't be shy. We're
Yeah,
open.
there's
So
no
just
wrong question, especially in times like this.
yes, we have Shivi said hi.
Right.
We have Jamalet. She said, "Do you have an Amazon registry or wish list where we can
Yeah, that's a
send
good
to you?"
question. Here's the thing. A lot of stuff on Amazon, it's not stuff that people need. So I mean, it would be easier. Plus of the delivery time, not everything, especially now, is Prime. We don't have time. So what we do, we actually go to the store throughout like Illinois, or we send our people throughout, and we are like on a talkie walkie. Hey, what do you got? What do you got? This is what we need. And we supply it. And I have images of I don't know. You saw me, right? Like stacking, like we're buying. So I would have people, are you buying the whole Costco? So, I mean, we're going to Costco, we're going to Cabela's, we're going to specific stores that we know would have it, because just somebody brought into my house, like a thin yoga mats. It's not going to happen, nothing, it's not going to work. Or just a very thin, um, sleeping bag. It has to be 0 degree, like it has to be that it can survive, because guys, you see, we have snow. Those people have no clothes, they left naked.
Wow. So now we
So the
know.
answer
Okay,
is no.
Gemma. Yeah, so Gemma, I also am sharing the link. So her fundraiser is on Facebook. I know there's other ways she's also accepting funds, but it's the bit.ly/ time for unity. You can check out the fundraiser there. They have the images. I've seen images, you guys loading up your car. And you have boxes back there. I think I saw it was like a picture of your husband putting stuff in the car, loading the car up.
Yeah, and this is,
So
we have triple
yeah.
images. we,
Yeah,
we try
so
to upload as much so people know where it's going.
of course, of course. So check out Time for Unity to learn more about what's going on. We have some other comments here.
And can I add
Mary,
something? Because I know a lot of people.
sure.
So a lot of people personally would say, well, we're not on Facebook. We don't want to donate through Facebook. So if you can share my contact, I mean, my number is fine. It's open. It's available everywhere now. My email is fine. And there's other ways. You can do PayPal. You can do Zelle. There's any other way. So just, or even check. So if you feel, oh my God, I don't want to do this through Facebook because I have a lot of donors, just don't feel comfortable for whatever reason, that's fine. We understand.
So then let's share your phone number. What's the phone number that you
Three
want
one
people to?
two
Mm-hmm.
525 zero
Mm-hmm.
five five five. And it's very funny. Someone said this is an angel numbers.
Oh, that's
Don't ask
nice.
me, Jen.
Hey, three
I
one
don't know.
two 525 0555.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so
Easy
I'm
to
sending.
remember.
Yeah, definitely. That's an easy phone number. We have Mary. She said, it has been heartbreaking to see the train stations where they are saying goodbye to each other, not knowing if they will ever see each other. So, um, yeah, that's definitely heartbreaking, right? And it's good for us to know what's actually going on.
Yeah.
Like you said, media is never going to portray everything
No,
the way that it really
no,
is unless
no.
you're actually talking to the people that are
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so
And I was
Gemma,
yesterday talking to a woman who is traveling 17-hour a day, coming from one central Ukraine all the way to the west, trying to head to Poland. And my husband and I and my kids were standing, and what she was saying, You cannot, like, we literally just stopped. We stopped packing boxes, and we just, I mean, I got nervous, and usually, I'm pretty good at keeping myself together, but I got nervous. I got just, I my emotions were over the top, hearing how they are traveling, what's happening on the roads. They have not eaten in 7 days, and I'm like, well, do you need food? They're like, it's not the food, it's the bathroom, because if we will stop, we can be killed. So we gotta just commute, because what they're doing, they're making like a pack of cars. So they're kind of like together, and they're trying to have the Ukrainian soldiers on the side to protect the civilians from being attacked. So like when she's describing that, like, and she's 47-year-old woman with a 17-year-old child, and she has 5, 6 people crammed in the car. She's like, I can't feel my arms, I can't feel my butt, I can't feel my stomach. My body parts hurts. I passed out a couple times. I almost hit I hit somebody. It's a mess, Jen. It's when you hear this, what we have here, I always say to my children, you just have to be blessed. The fact that you can go to sleep in your own bed, just
Yeah.
that you can sleep in the bed and wake up, because those people don't know if they will be woken up.
Wow. So let me quickly share a video, a 30-second video from our sponsors for the conference, because I want to make sure I thank
Sure, sure, sure.
Transformation Financial, who is our sponsor for the conference and supported us and supports us with this. Yeah, so that's Transformation Financial. If you want to learn more about them, just go to Wise Platinum Sponsor. They sponsored our conference that we had last week. I am just fully recuperated from that event. So I appreciate all the sponsors that supported us, but definitely Transformation Financial. Check them out. But let's go back to the conversation, Yana. I do have Jamalet. She said, this makes me so sad just hearing this, and this is what the media should be sharing. It makes me mad. Um, and I agree. And I think it's not, you know, media does this all the time. There's so many things going on around the world and the globe.
Right,
We have no clue what's going on. They'll
right.
never show
Yeah.
massacre, what happens in countries. It's because
No.
we're kind of just, and we live our day to day, and we're over here living our day to day, and then all this terrible thing
Exactly. And this
happens.
is honestly, I got into the point where I just go to in stores or anywhere I have to go, and I just speak. I don't, it doesn't matter to me who they are, what they are. I just speak, support Ukraine, stand for Ukraine, stand for peace. And, and people say, oh my God, yeah, I'm praying, or this and that. But a lot of people do not know. Literally, when we have our morning coffee and we go day to day, do we know what is happening and to the degree? So, I mean, again, I'm not going to focus saying that Ukraine is the only country that is at war. No. And we know that, and we've gone through it, right? Question is how like, what is the level of it? And this is the bloodiest, even the World War II hasn't seen the way they're doing it, how they're doing it. It's in 9 days what the people can do to destroy. It's unheard of, literally unheard. And the images we have, it's sickening. It's literally sickening. So what's going to happen of Ukraine? We don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Well, let's share the link again. So definitely everyone that's watching, you
Yeah.
can donate at Time for Unity bit.ly link right here. I also put it in the chat. Or you can do like Yana shared her phone number. You can just reach out to
Text, yeah,
Yana.
don't call, guys. My phone is just
Yes.
texting is the best way for me to communicate
Yeah.
with everyone.
T- Text her. So 312-525-0555.
That is correct.
I figured, the most that I can do is, donate and then put you on the platform and,
That's
give you
great, Jen.
exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know you've been busy. I know you've been talking to media. I know you ABC. I saw you on CBS. So
And
I'm
we have,
really
I think
happy.
today we have another Fox coming in and NBC from what I mean, I lost track already of all the, and it's so great. I mean, the reporters actually contacting us, they're directly talking, they're showing their solidarity. I mean, it's amazing. So with some of them, I became very close. So it's just, I mean, they do that. So I can't say the media, but unfortunately, what is being, I'm talking about, so I can't say bad about reporters. They come here with their heart, we talk, I mean, they're great, but what is actually being cut or shown or asked, that's where it gets the limitation
Yeah.
of.
Yeah. So what's the total goal that you're trying to raise, and where are you at right now?
So at this moment, again, and I, as I told you before we started this, we started this 9 days ago, right? And we were looking like, okay, 30 grand will cover this and this supply. We're at 17,000, and we're not even halfway. We are not even halfway. And the list is going more and more and more because people are passing our numbers. People are sharing. I'm talking about people in Ukraine, not here. People in Ukraine giving us number, help, help, help. And we're literally at times we think we can't, and that breaks our
Mhm.
heart, but we have to do that because we are over our tops. We're working 24/7 at this, 24/7.
Wow. So, Yana, thank you so much for just the opportunity to be live with us. I know that you're
Thank you,
really busy.
thank
You
you.
got a lot of things to do. So,
No,
for
this
those
is
that are
amazing.
watching,
Yeah.
no, however I can serve, we'll keep sharing
No,
stuff
this
on
is
my
great. Thank you,
platform.
because this is
So,
what it's all about, talking to people who are here so they know. Now, I mean, we already know what's there. I don't need to hear someone describing to me the news. I want people who don't know hearing it. And because what you guys can do, if you cannot donate, if you cannot share, you can send it to us, someone else. You might know someone else who can. And this is how the chain gets bigger. And this is how we can aid right now to people that need it.
yeah, so for those that are watching, make sure go check out. You want to learn more about the fundraiser, Time for Unity. You want to reach out to Yana directly. Reach out to her 312 a text message. She is
Yeah.
super busy. 312-525-0555. And then of course for those that are watching, remember I want to just thank our sponsors, Transformation Financial. You can go Transformation Financial or go to bit.ly/wise platinum sponsor. And I just want to thank you again, Yana, for just giving me an hour of your time today to just share information, educate my community, because I honestly don't even, and I don't watch media because once COVID hit, I stopped watching media. I know
I
what's
don't
going on,
blame
but I
you.
don't know.
I
I
have,
don't
I
know
don't
the
watch
extent.
news.
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
I've only kept up with Ukraine stuff because of you, Yana, because you're sending me
Jen,
the
I have
ABC. You're
reporters. I have reporters text me, this is so and so, and I said, I'm sorry, I don't know who you are because I don't watch news. They're like, it's okay. I mean, they have a good sense of humor, but I literally have no clue who they are because we don't have TV. So it's all good. I'm with
It
you.
makes
I'm
sense.
with
It
you.
makes sense. But I'm super glad that people are supporting you. So thank you so much,
Yes.
Yana, for being on. And thank you for all the viewers. And if you're watching the replay, feel free to reach out to Yana. Watch from the beginning so you can know she did educate us today on what exactly is going on in Ukraine. So again, thank you again, Yana.
Thank you. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you. God bless you guys. And talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. And please support this initiative. God bless.
God bless.